Welcome to another deep dive, folks. Today, we're going right into the Markandeya Purana,
Okay.
which is like this ancient text that's still super relevant even today.
Right.
We're going to think of it as like a divine encyclopedia
Yeah.
named after this seemingly ageless sage named Markandeya.
Oh, wow.
And our mission today is to pull out like the key insights that can act as like a real guidebook, for you.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah. This Purana, it's like this huge collection of stories and philosophies and spiritual insights.
Yeah.
And it really offers a big understanding of, existence.
Yeah, like a huge one.
A really big one.
And we're not kidding when we say wide-ranging, right? I mean, it covers everything from like mindfulness and feminine power to the ideas of Dharma and the cosmic cycles, of creation and destruction.
Yeah.
So let's dive in.
Okay.
Starting with the man himself, right? Sage Markandeya and his like fascinating story of immortality.
Yeah. His story, it all starts with the story of his birth and his like crazy devotion to Lord Shiva,
Yeah.
like facing death at only 16 years old.
Whoa.
His unwavering faith became like his safe space.
Yeah. Yeah, so the big moment comes when Yama, the god of death, shows up, right?
Right.
But Markandeya, in this like super intense moment of devotion,
Yeah.
he like clings to the Shiva lingam,
Oh.
which is like this symbol of Shiva's creative energy.
Okay.
And then he starts reciting the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, which
Yeah.
is like this powerful verse for overcoming death. Talk about an intense standoff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So in this moment of like profound connection, Shiva actually steps in
Uh-huh.
and tells Yama basically to back off.
Oh.
Don't mess with a true devotee. So this story really shows us how much power there is in like faith,
Yeah.
like unwavering faith.
It's kind of like almost like an ancient form of like consciousness hacking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Like his
Mhm.
super intense focus, it seems like it like changes his destiny. It's a cool way to look at it.
Yeah.
Like think about it this way, for you listening. This like intense and sustained focus, like what Markandeya shows us, it can create new grooves, so to speak, in your mental and energetic landscape.
Wow.
Like it could override your ingrained patterns.
So this sounds like kind of what we know about neuroplasticity.
It's super similar. This is the takeaway here maybe is like thinking about how like deep focus and intention could actually like change your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on from Markandeya's story, let's go to another key theme, the Devi Mahatmya,
Right.
also known as the Durga Saptashati.
Yes.
This part really shows the glory and power of like the feminine divine.
Yes. The Devi Mahatmya is like a super powerful part of the Purana.
Yeah.
It shifts our focus to the feminine divine by telling us about the battles of goddess Durga against all these like crazy demons. And it's important to notice that this is a shift, from a male sage to a powerful female deity.
Yeah, for sure. And these aren't just any villains. Okay? We're talking about figures like Mahishasura and Shumba and Nishumba.
Yeah.
These names like have weight. Oh yeah, for sure. And they're not just meant to be like these external monsters.
Right.
They represent bad qualities inside all of us, like ego and greed, anger and ignorance. And so Durga's victory over them can be seen as like the triumph of higher consciousness, like our own inner strength over all that bad stuff.
I see. So Durga isn't just some goddess fighting in some myth.
Right.
It's about our struggles,
Yes.
Durga is like this awakened inner power, almost like this strong kundalini energy that helps us beat our bad patterns and reach our full potential.
Exactly. And what's cool is that the chants and stuff in the Devi Mahatmya,
Yeah.
they aren't just prayers.
What are they?
They can like activate this inner goddess, this strength we all have inside.
So it's like a guide for inner transformation,
Right.
Like a manual for our inner battles, right?
Exactly.
It's not about enemies out there, but the challenges we face within. So how could you, listening, apply this to your daily struggles?
That's a great question. Think about the challenges you always face.
Yeah.
Maybe bad habits or negative self-talk. The Devi Mahatmya gives us a way to understand these as inner demons, that we can fight and overcome.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit now.
Yeah.
The Markandeya Purana isn't just about stories and inner battles.
Right.
It also shows us a huge cosmic perspective,
Yeah.
describing these big cosmic cycles, including this idea of pralaya,
Okay.
the huge cosmic flood or dissolution.
That sounds pretty intense.
It is a truly huge vision. The Purana talks about these long cycles of creation, preservation, and dissolution that the universe goes through. And the imagery of pralaya is like really striking.
Yeah.
Especially with sage Markandeya like experiencing it. Imagine this. Markandeya is floating in this endless ocean of time,
Okay.
and he sees this small child resting on a banyan leaf. It's such a powerful image in all that chaos.
Yeah. It's so peaceful. And what's interesting is that the child is Narayan, often seen as like the preserver of the universe or the consciousness of it. It's like a beautiful metaphor for universal consciousness.
Yeah.
Like the seed of everything resting in this vastness of time.
Even after everything is seemingly destroyed.
Exactly.
So if we think about pralaya not as like the end of everything,
Right.
but like a 0-point field or a reset.
A cosmic reboot.
Yeah.
I like that.
It really shows how cyclical consciousness is. It's not the end, but a necessary change.
Right.
Reset before things start again.
Right.
And, you know, this huge cosmic dance is mirrored in our own lives.
That's true.
Think about the cycles of change we go through,
Wow.
like the ending of relationships or jobs, or like phases of life that make way for new beginnings. Thinking about these personal pralayas can really give us a wider perspective, you know, on how life ebbs and flows. So from these big cosmic patterns, the Purana then focuses on more personal stuff, like the laws of karma and dharma. These are things we hear a lot about. But the Purana gives us some new insights.
The Markandeya Purana really stresses karma and dharma, often seen as like duty or cosmic order. And it talks about specific duties for different people in society. Like a guide for being good in that ancient world. But it goes deeper than just roles in society.
I see.
It talks about swadharma, which is like your own personal dharma, your soul's duty or your true nature. It says that dharma isn't just rules, but something personal to you.
This is really relevant today, right?
Absolutely.
When so many people don't know who they are or what their purpose is.
Yeah, like understanding your swadharma.
Yeah.
That thing that really clicks with you can give you a sense of direction and meaning.
It's like, it's saying that following your soul path isn't some like abstract goal, but like a key part of well-being.
Exactly.
Almost like healing. So Dharma isn't about following rules. It's about being aware of your own inner compass. That sense of alignment with your values and purpose and like acting on that. Okay, so the Markandeya Purana isn't just philosophical. It gives us practical stuff too. Spiritual practices that are meant to awaken our spiritual energies.
Yes, the Purana has all these practices that are meant to make us more conscious and help us grow spiritually. Like the Chanti Path. A powerful recitation about the Divine Mother's deeds. It's believed to purify the mind and create good energy.
If you do it with the right intention.
Yeah, exactly. And besides specific recitations, it also talks about like solitary practices, like being alone, silence, and tapas, which is like intense self-discipline. These aren't always easy, but they're really powerful for raising your consciousness.
So what's interesting is the connection between these ancient things and modern science.
I know, right?
Like neuroscience shows that mindfulness and meditation are good for your brain and overall well-being. These old practices were probably doing the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So when we think about things like fasting and chanting and focused breath work, we can see them as ways to do spiritual neuroplasticity.
I like that.
Like changing our mental and energetic states for better awareness and connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
These practices, done with intention and focus, can help us change our thought patterns and create new paths to deeper spiritual insight.
So bringing it all together, the Markandeya Purana is more than just stories and philosophy. It's like a sacred portal to the yogic journey, you know, that inner path of self-discovery. The stories and deities in the text, they can be seen as symbols of different parts of our minds.
Our own consciousness.
And when we look at Markandeya's journey, his devotion, his awareness, and his surrender, that led him to immortality. It's like the journey every spiritual seeker goes on.
In their own way.
This is like a core part of yogic science, the possibility of harmony between our body, our mind, and the cosmic energy around us. The Purana helps us understand this connection. It's crazy how this ancient wisdom seems to agree with stuff we're learning now in quantum physics and mindfulness. Ideas about unity, vibration, and consciousness.
It shows how true this stuff really is. The Purana, in its own way, points to a reality that science is still figuring out.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, It's clear that the Markandeya Purana is more than just an old religious text. It's a huge reminder for us to embrace our potential, to work on balancing our energies, and to keep searching for truth no matter what.
Yeah. The stories are like powerful examples,
Right.
giving us lessons on how to live.
Yeah.
The chants are thought to have strong frequencies. That can resonate with us deeply.
And the wisdom is still relevant, helping us deal with life today in our own inner world.
That's the key takeaway for you listening. This ancient text gives us deep insights into existence and your own potential.
No matter your background or beliefs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as you go about your day, think about this. How could the wisdom from the Markandeya Purana give you new views on your own journey and the nature of your consciousness?
That's a question worth exploring.
It really